Hello everyone, friends. I'm glad to see you on my channel. In this video, I'd like to go over the Aroon indicator with you, how it's used and how you can make money with it. I'll show you a few trades as examples. Friends, before we get started, please take a look at the description for this video. There you'll find a link to my Telegram channel, where there's a lot of useful information, my trading sessions and signals. And in this Telegram channel, you can message me directly and ask any questions you have. I'll be happy to help you. Now let's get started. So the indicator with the elegant name Aroon and the simplest operating principle among all the known ones. This indicator was first introduced by the well-known analyst of Indian origin Tushar Chande in an article from 1995. The word Aroon is translated from Sanskrit as early ray of dawn or early light of dawn. The author chose such a poetic name for the indicator, which is supposed to quickly show a trend reversal and the establishment of a new one. Let me show you how it works and what it consists of. So, to set it up, you need to go to the Indicators menu and select the Aroon indicator here. Here it is on your screen. You will see two lines like this appear. Let me show you how to set them up. I don't change the period. Here, the period is set to 100. For quick trades, you don't need to touch it. I use trades with an expiration of 30 seconds and 1 minute. By default, I set the lines to 2 pixels. It's more convenient for me to work that way. Now, I'll take a screenshot and show you how it all works. So friends, the Aroon consists of 2 lines. Let's not get into the mathematical details. I'll just say that it measures the number of candles that have passed since the last high or low was reached. So the orange line here is called Aroon up and the blue line is called Aroon down. The value of each of these indicators ranges between 0 and 100%. This is always clear on the chart. I think you won't have any questions here. Aroon up, this red line, shows the strength of the buyers. If you see that the value of this line is between 70 and 100, it means we are likely to see an upward movement. The Aroon down line, the blue line, shows the strength of the sellers. Accordingly, if you see that it drops below the 30 line and stays between 30 and 0, that's a signal that a downward movement is coming. So how do you use this? In general, in trading, it's considered that the Aroon indicator is an only long indicator with a small upside. In other words, this indicator gives you a slight advantage only when opening long positions. That is, it's not recommended to go short or bet on a downward move using this indicator. However, sometimes it can be done. Overall, I recommend using this indicator together with others, such as MACD and RSI. I also want to mention that there are 2 ways to use this indicator. The first is the hardcore option. That is, you buy. Let me show you again. I've already described the hardcore option to you. This means that you always buy when Aroon up is above Aroon down, and you quickly close the position when, on the contrary, you see that Aroon up has fallen below this line. And there is the classic method. You always buy when the Aroon down value is below 30. I've described this method to you as well, and the Aroon up value is above 70. That's it. So, as a result, I've described the second method to you, and the hardcore method is the first one, which I also just mentioned. Now, so you don't get confused, let's move on to trading, and during the actual trading, I'll show you how to use all these indicators. Friends, on our screen we have the Australian dollar to Canadian dollar, OTC market. Let me enter here, take 4 positions for an increase, and quickly explain what's going on so as not to waste your time. So the Aroon up line has dropped below the 100 line and the Aroon down line is deep at the bottom. And we can also see on the chart that there is a certain level and we're moving within a channel, so we should accordingly bounce off this strong level. That's why I took 4 trades for an increase here. Let's look at other currency pairs. There's an interesting situation here as well. I'll take a few trades and we'll come back to them. Let's move on to the first batch of trades. 4 trades of $150 each. Let's watch, friends. Just a few seconds left. 5 seconds until expiration. Let's see how they close for us. Excellent. Everything closes in profit. Let's also look here at why I entered. The situation is similar. Aroon up is far at the top, Aroon down is at the bottom. And accordingly, we also see a strong downward trend, a strong level from which there was a breakout. Now, once this trade is completed, I'll explain why I entered here. We'll go over these 2 trades. Actually, 3 trades. My apologies. 5 seconds left until expiration. Excellent. These trades are also successful for us. So let me explain what's going on here and why I enter into such a trade. First of all, let's start with the fact that the Aroon up indicator has crossed above the 70 line we talked about. Aroon down has dropped below the 30 line, which we also discussed. Based on this, we should expect an upward movement. Next, I observed that there was a significant downtrend and a very strong, formidable level that we simply couldn't break through. Yes, even though there's this prominent red candle here, you can clearly see that it was merely a false breakout, and as a direct result, we are still comfortably within the established channel. That's why I took a buy position from this level. That's it. Friends, I think we can wrap it up here. That should be enough about the Aroon indicator. Let me remind you, in the description, you'll find a link to my Telegram channel and a link to register on Pocket Option. Check out my channel. There are also many other videos about different indicators and strategies. Thank you for watching. Goodbye, everyone.